Home, Chapter 54. A Miraculous Ladybug Fanfiction written and narrated by Mira Rose. If you haven't already, don't forget to check out the previous 53 parts of this series. You can find a link to them in the description box below. Don't forget to not only smash that like button, but leave a comment in support of the YouTube algorithm and the content creator, which is me. Hi, I'm Mira. If you don't know what to comment, put surprise transformations. Now then, please enjoy Home, Chapter 54. Adrian Graham de Vanderlee as Cat Noir. Cat stared at himself in the mirror, knowing he should de-transform. He should. He should do it. 2 words. 2 little words, and the mask would come off. But he couldn't do it. Cat couldn't bring himself to be Adrian in Paris. Not anymore. The concept of being Adrian Agreste was too far-fetched now. It was like a role he'd played long ago, and now the costume didn't fit. At least he had his mother's eyes. That was some solace, at least. But the jawline Marinette teased him about, and the cheekbones that made him thousands upon thousands of euros, he didn't want to see them. He didn't want to see his father, and yet he stared at the man in the mirror whenever he checked his phone or used the restroom. No, it wouldn't do to be Adrian Agreste in this city. It wouldn't do to be Adrian Agreste at all. Cat, you okay in there? He heard Marinette's call for him and slapped his cheeks. Okay, he muttered to himself. You can do this. He could work with this absolutely gorgeous perfection of a human being and not fall for her yet again. He'd already done it twice, albeit accidentally, so he knew better than to fall for a 3rd time. There's no way she'd take him back, so why set his heart up for failure? Yeah, just pooping, he called back. He heard her stifle a laugh from the other side of the door. Make sure you turn the fan on then. Will do. Okay, time to go make a battle plan with his ex. Easy peasy. Not a challenging thing to do in the slightest. He unlocked the door, flipping the fan on to avoid suspicion, and left the tiled anxiety cave. Anything else you need here in Paris? Marinette asked, grabbing a pair of sunglasses and putting them on. Were they the change in sunlight kind? Suddenly, they were a normal pair of glasses. Was this a new blue light item? No, not that I can think of. Great. Well then, Kulki, full gallop. Cat hadn't seen her in the horse Miraculous before. Sure, it wasn't his preferred aesthetic, but she was hot in it. Camembert, stop thinking about her like that, Cat Noir. Let's go, Marinette said. Marinette? He wasn't sure what to call her right now. Oh well, she was still his Marinette, no matter how she transformed, both in attire and over time. Where are we going? He asked, reaching for her hand. She hesitated at his touch, cutting his heart like a knife. Oops. Even so, she took it, wrapping her fingers around his palm. Isn't it obvious? Hokkaido. Hokkaido? Japan? I passed geography sitting in front of you, if you remember. The glasses hid the twinkle in her eye, but he could see it anyway. Let's go, kitty. He took her hand and, like magic, they were in Sapporo. An elder lady stared at them from across the room, slack-jawed until Cat gave her a small wave. Sumimasen, he said, tightening his grip on Marinette's, Lady Pegasus? Oh, whatever, hand. They dashed outside before the grandma could grab her broom to sweep them out of her home. A few baton twirls and rooftops later, they were far enough away to sit and chat. That's weird, Marinette said, taking her sunglasses and de-transforming to look at them. What is? This isn't where I wanted to go. Oh? It's not like he told her where in Hokkaido he'd woken up. It certainly wasn't here, in the middle of a city. Yeah, it's like... What did you envision? Cat didn't mean to cut her off. The butterfly miraculous, of course, Kalki interrupted. You can do that with these? Marinette asked. Use them to find something? Not quite. The Kwami rubbed her tummy. How about we go get something to eat and talk about this more in depth? Kat suggested, noticing Kalki's body language. They got down from the rooftop to be met with stares as they walked to the street. On their way to a restaurant he was sure Marinette would like. She'd always been into interior design and sales setups when it came to food and dining aesthetics. Kat, you should really take that off, Marinette said, aware of the stares they were getting. Would you rather walk around with a blonde Frenchman they mistake for an American, or a cosplayer? A cosplayer? Trust me, we'll get less attention with me in a mask. I doubt it. I'm getting my fair share of stares, too. That's because you're a half. They won't approach you for pictures the same way they would for me. She didn't answer right away, and he felt a bit bad about how he phrased it. It was true, but he could have found another way to say it. People will try to figure out what I am, no matter where I go, huh? It doesn't help that we're conversing in French and not English. Don't be suspicious, Marinette whisper sang. Huh? You haven't heard that before? Is it a song? It's from a TikTok. A what? She stopped walking. You don't know? About TikTok. What is that, a band? Kat could tell from her blinks that she wasn't expecting him to guess. I thought you'd be all over it, she said, beginning to walk again. I might be. What is it? It's like Vine, but evolved. Vine? Evolved? He didn't want to get his hopes up, but he could already feel the excitement growing. Like Pokemon evolution or Digimon? He asked. What? Never mind. His cheeks burned from the failed reference. Kat led her into a ramen shop, because obviously that should be their first meal here, and thanked their server for accommodating a private booth. They probably thought he wanted to avoid stares as a foreigner, which was fine for both of them. Okay, so, Marinette began as they waited for their food. Kat didn't quite hear what came next, as he was too distracted from realizing just how much of their time in the last 15 minutes they'd spent holding hands, and how it flickered a feeling he'd abandoned a long time ago. He knew better. He knew better than this. He knew better than to let his gaze linger and entertain thoughts. She'd only get hurt in the process because, well, despite this rekindled feeling, he'd still leave. Again. Once this is all over. Kat would leave despite these lingering feelings of home. Thank you so much for listening. Chapter 55 is on the way, and if you are still listening to the unsent screen, don't forget to not only like that like button, but leave a comment in the YouTube comment section. If you don't know what to comment to help the algorithm, put Adrian in Paris. I will catch you in the next one. Bye!